Hello. Well, I'm out this morning looking for some inspiration for an Easter bouquet. Bit of a chilly morning this morning, and the thing that's caught my eye is this Alexander's over my shoulder, which comes out around Easter time. Um, Absolutely beautiful native wildflower, and I'm just out on the roadside here. It just grows on the side of the road, and the plants actually get cut down every year, and which is such a shame for such a beautiful plant. I have introduced them into the garden, so I've got them coming up there, but they're not in bloom yet. So I'm just looking at this Alexander's is looking good to me as a starting point for a forage inspired Easter bouquet. I think it's such a shame that it's not used more widely in floral design, really. So we'll have a bit closer look at the plants. These ones are just coming out now. It grows to about 4 foot tall, and it looks a bit like Angelica, really. It's the same family as Angelica and Parsley, and Amy as well. These beautiful little tiny little beautiful little flowers there, and yeah, and it overwinters and then comes up in the spring. So people used to eat it apparently. But I tried it. It's not very nice to eat. But these lovely, creamy, beautiful umbels. Really attractive plant, I think. And I'm just noticing growing beside it here. We've got some common dead nettle there, and so I'm thinking that perhaps these colours would go together. That might make a starting point for the design. But really, it's a nice sort of neutral colour. It would go with all sort of the yellows of spring, daffodils, prim roses, and there's some blue things coming out. I think it would look nice with blue, purple, pink. Sort of goes with everything. Lovely, really beautiful filler flower. So I'd really encourage people to grow that in the garden. It's no trouble. You just scatter the seeds around on the ground and they just come up, and on this bank it gets cut every year, and they're all they manage to survive here, but it's such a shame not to let it grow more often, and there's some more plants up there all coming up, really beautiful Alexanders. So that's going to be my starting point for the bouquet, and right, so now I'm going to go out and have a look what else I can find. So here I've got some miscanthus blue, and I've just picked a bit of the Alexanders, and I'm just going around looking to see what it goes with, and it does look good with blue, but obviously I can't use the miscanthus because the stems are too short. But so maybe blue. We've got blue and that sort of purpley lilac work. So there's a couple of ideas there. And so here I've got some primroses, some self-seeded primroses, and it goes with nicely with that sort of pale yellow. But again, there's no stem length there. But I do feel this time of year, there's so much yellow about it. It would be nice to do something that's not yellow, really. So I'm going to keep looking for some different colours. And here I've got some white hyacinths, and that's looking really good there with the white hyacinths. So I do like that. Yeah, so white is looking quite promising. I can't really pick these; they're too short. But I'm saying that perhaps there's a way I could use the short stems on the hyacinths. I'll have to think about that. Maybe come up with something creative to be able to use them. Yeah. But I still quite like the idea of the purple, so I'm just going to have another look around, see if there's any purple about at the moment. So just here I found some white camellia buds that haven't come out yet. They're really lovely big buds, and yeah, so I can't resist camellia buds. So those are looking pretty good there. I like those. And over here I've got some pink ones as well. There's some stinger nettles there, so I can't get in a bit closer. But yeah. So camellia buds. I didn't realise these were here, but they're just showing a little bit of white. I think they would look really nice. Yeah. And so I've just found this. I think this is called Talia. This I don't know if it's a daffodil, narcissus, what it is, but this lovely sort of creamy colour, and there we are. So that is looking, that looks really exciting. So these are in bud, so I think they'll be out in a day or two, but they look that looks really promising. I'm still a bit disappointed. I still really wanted to go with purple, but it just feels that the plant material is taking me, in a different direction, so I need to go with that. I've just found this Arum Italicum looks really pretty at the moment, and that looks really nice together there with that's that sort of marbled sort of creamy look again. And the thing about this is it's got very short stems, and back in the days of floral foam, this would have been very popular because the stem length wasn't an issue. You could just pop it into a bit of floral foam at the front of your design, and it worked really well. So I'm not really sure how I'll be able to use that, but that looks very nice together as well, and maybe with some white and cream, that'll make a really nice design. So I've got some more hyacinths here, and this again is this bluey purpley colour. Looks, that looks really nice. But I've got these sort of pale pink ones, and they you go see that, and that with the feeling that's more. It's a sort of a light and airy feel. It feels more cheerful, whereas that one feels a little bit more serious somehow. Yeah, that one's sort of more light-hearted. I'm just thinking the purple, it feels a little bit, it does look pretty, but it doesn't feel quite so cheery, so I'm thinking the paler colours might be better. So I've had a look around the garden now, and what I'm going to do is go out round the local roads and see what else is growing at the side of the road. So I've just come across these things growing at the side of the road. I don't really know what they're called, I'm afraid. I've honestly never noticed them before, but they would work really well with this. So these are blue and white. So anyway, that looks, I don't know, that looks quite nice. So there are loads and loads of these things all growing under trees. Quite nice leaves, so obviously very easy to grow, yeah. So something else growing at the side of the road is this, I think this is common spurge, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Lovely long stems. I think I've got this in the garden. I'll have to check. I'm just wondering now, perhaps it's not the common spurge. I'll check the one I've got at home, but look at that, absolutely gorgeous together, and they're quite sort of similar colours. So that is really beautiful. What a combination that is. So some of these I won't pick them because they're outside somebody's house, but I'll check in the garden to see whether I've got some of this spurge. But that's really, really beautiful combination. Yeah. Right, so just at the side of the road I found this Mahonia here, and that looks very nice as well. So I'm sort of kind of going back. Yeah, maybe yellow is nice as well. But these yellows, they're not quite as intense as the daffodils seem to be so sort of bright in the Forsythia. But maybe a more sort of subtle yellow, sort of a Prim Rosy yellow might be nice as well. So I'm just getting to the point now where there's just so much stuff. I don't know, it's just a huge choice of plant material, just going along the side of the roads. So I just found the first bit of cow parsley out in bloom. I can't believe it's out already. And obviously you don't even have to look, that works really well. And just catching my eye, these lovely emergent leaves here, they look really nice as well. That's really lovely, that one there. That's that's a beautiful, those sort of bronzy reddish tints. That looks really pretty as well. So with cow parsley, people say, oh, it's no good as a cut flower because it doesn't last very long, but there is so much of it growing out here, and I'm not selling the bouquet in a flower shop where people expect a long vase life. I could come out and pick this every day if I wanted. It's the vase life isn't really an issue. It's actually the process I'm in of going round the country lanes this morning, getting some exercise, some fresh air, and to do the design is just sort of part of that. There's a sort of a bigger picture to it. So I would like to include some cow parsley, if not today, at some point. But I'm just really struck this morning by the huge abundance there is of cut flowers. It's wonderful, yeah. And something else that just caught my eye, I think this is old man's beard here, but just these leaves, they're really, there's this bright limey green colour, and I hadn't really thought about foliage, but if I could get some, that would be a really nice idea for some foliage in the bouquet. Reminds me a bit of the Spurge that we saw earlier, and yeah, that bright limey green, so to try and get some fresh, you know, leaves and stuff instead of buying flowers. Really lovely colours there, really beautiful. So this is kind of getting a bit ridiculous now, but just found these beautiful catkins here. I don't know what they are, to be honest, but they're this lovely sort of green colour, and they're, you know, much the pussy willow catkins have got all sort of bright yellow on them at the moment, but this, look at this lovely silvery green. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, just everywhere I go there seems to be something, but just a bouquet of that on its own would just look absolutely beautiful. So I really love that. So there's a big tree here covered in it, looking really gorgeous, yeah. So I've just found here some, I'm going to say it's Blackthorne, and it's all growing behind this fence here, which is really frustrating. There's absolutely loads of it behind me, but it really looks lovely, all these tiny little buds all over there. And I don't know if you can see, I just noticed somebody's broken the fence down. So I swear it wasn't me, I promise you it wasn't me, I didn't do it. But the fence has been broken down, and there's a huge amount of Blackthorne growing behind me there. So I'm going to have a little bit closer look. But really, whether this works or not, there is just so much of it there, and it looks so beautiful that this is, you know, I want to go for it. I think this is really amazing, and yeah, and you know, what a blessing that somebody's broken the fence down for me. So yeah, so I can get in there. There's lots of it there. Beautiful. So just coming a bit closer there, and I don't know if you can see, it's just going to be a haze, you know, well, it is a haze already of all these tiny little buds all across here. When this comes out, it will just be completely covered in white. Really beautiful, and that lovely sort of buff, creamy, yellowy colour is really beautiful. Really absolutely love that. Fantastic. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you'd like to know the names of all the plants, I'm going to do a weekly newsletter. So if you look in the comments below, you can click through and subscribe to our newsletter, and I'll give you the names of all the plants and what's going on in the world of flowers and foraging. Thank you for watching. So in the next part, I'm going to actually show you all the material that I've gathered and put it together to make a nice design for the Easter weekend, hopefully. So now here I am, just in this little thicket of Blackthorne, really lovely, and just to say that this land, it's adjacent to the motorway and the railway, and so it's just been planted up with these small trees, really to provide a screen to the motorway. So it's not you know, it's not like I've broken into somebody's garden or anything like that. It's just a bit of land along the side of the motorway for miles and miles and miles. They've planted it up with all this plant material. So the fence was broken down. I didn't break it down, just to be really clear. And I'm just going to pop in here and take some of the Blackthorne. And just to say that you don't need to wait until the flowers open. The blooms will open, so I'm probably going to pick some of these that are in bud to get them home safely, and then when they're at home, they'll open in the vase. So we're really looking forward to this. I mean, it's just so much. It's really looking absolutely amazing. And so here it is. It's just really an absolutely extraordinary sight. It is just, there's just so many blooms. I mean, it really is most extraordinary, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in a garden, really. It's just so many blooms there. Really extraordinary sight. So you know, and I'm what I'm going to do when I'm picking it is I'm going to imagine it's in my garden, and I'm pruning it, as if it was in my garden. So I'm doing it sensitively to the plant. I'm not just hacking away at it. I'm doing it as if I'm actually pruning, and I'm thinking, well, how does this, you know, to sort of help the plant in a way. So, but they're very vigorous, fast-growing plants, so that you know, and they tolerate coppicing very well. So you know, they'll bounce back very quickly. So here's all the assembled plant material. I must say I'm just quite surprised at how much there is. It's all looking really good. A really big selection there for Easter weekend. Yeah, it's a really huge quantity there. So I've got here the Blackthorne there, some white Camellia Buds. This is the Mahonia, just the one that grows. It's not native, but that grows on the side of the road. The Alexanders. The wood spurge, I've got that growing in the garden, some Talia daffodils or narcissus, and then these catkins here. So some really beautiful plant material. And just to say that you know, I went round the lanes collecting all my inspiration, but I haven't sort of stripped this all from the countryside. It's all from you know, mostly come from the garden or the side of the road, and so really it was just the Blackthorne was the main thing that I had to go outside the village to collect, and I've just found this yeah, I think it's a sort of a hyacinth container. I thought that looked that'll go with it. It's a nice deep container, so it'll take the stems. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is getting how I'm going to get stuff over the edge. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But so it doesn't look like a fan shape sticking out the top. But you know, I'm really excited about that plant material. I think it looks really lovely. So yeah, so next step is to put it all together. And so there it is, there's the finished piece. And I decided to do a front-facing design because there wasn't really enough plant material to do it 360 degrees, but I think I could have done that just as easily. But there you are, an Easter foraged arrangement there. We look lovely on a side table. You know, just to say how relaxing it was really to do that. I could have got up, you know, at 5 o'clock in the morning, gone to the flower market and chosen all this beautiful plant material. But I've had 2 bike rides out of it, which was really enjoyable. And all this stuff, none of it, I didn't have to grow any of it. It all sort of grew itself, really. So really, yeah, really feel grateful for to have received all of this, and the Blackthorne will, you know, it's still in bud. It's just opening now, so that will open over the next day or two, and so the design will sort of grow over the coming days. So there it is, an Easter foraged design. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to keep in touch, please do subscribe to my newsletter. The details are in the comments below. Thank you for watching.